Hey Theo, welcome back. We continue our series in the system design of Instagram. I'll just, as always, I will make a small recap of the series. So in this series, we creating multiple videos that talks about the system design of Instagram. We started with the functional requirements and non-functional requirements. After that, we did talk about the capacity estimation. And after that, we did talk about high-level design of Instagram and how each component will work and what each component responsibilities are. But on high-level design, we didn't take deep dive at all. After that, we did talk about the database schema design. After that, we did talk about the database schema design for relational databases, database schema design for non-relational databases, like using a graph database for the newsfeed generation. And after that, we start some deep dive and talked about how Instagram will generate, will upload photos, how Instagram will store these photos, or where it will stored. Also, we did talk about what else did we talk about? We did talk about loads of stuff. So just feel free to check our playlist in the system design series. So today we will talk about how the newsfeed being generated and how the newsfeed generation will work. We will make two videos for that. This one, it will be dedicated on how the newsfeed generated for normal users. After that, the next video will be how the newsfeed being generated for celebrities, for example. But we only right now focuses on normal user. So, okay, again, so ever like scrolled through your feed and wondered how does Instagram know what to show you and how does it load so fast? The feeds load really fast. Behind every photo, every scroll is a carefully crafted system for generating feeds. And today we are breaking down the most effective strategies out there, which is basically fan out on right. Again, fan out on right. Okay, so let's try to understand the problem. So in your system of an Instagram, your real feed will be from your best friend. Okay, also maybe from like some influencer, like a traveler influencer that you follow. Maybe you have also let's make this an E. Maybe a co-worker, which is not just a friend or maybe just a follower. He's not close. Maybe you are following a celebrity with 50 million followers, for example. So there are lots of things that Instagram should put in mind when it should say whenever it should whenever it will show you the feeds. So how does the system mix these together and show the right content quite fast? We use different strategies for different types of users. For normal users, we use a fan out on right. And for celebrities, we use different approach. But let's only focuses on the fan out on right. With the fan out on right, the magic happens when the post is created. Like, for example, like when the client tried to upload the photo. We talked in the previous video about how the photo process goes. So I'll not go through the process. But whenever the client handled the photo and the photo being updated, the content will when a user posts their content is immediately pushed into the news feed of all their followers, and this happens by basically when a user tries to update the photo and it's been updated, the post service will send this photo to the Kafka message queue. Okay, and the feed services will consume this photo. Okay, it will consume this event basically, and it retrieves like and also it retrieves for example the user's followers, and it will push the post into each follower's feed. and it will store it in the cache, in the feed cache, to make it quite fast to be stored. So we use feed cache here. It's a super fast feed Redis. Like when a follower opens the app, we don't build the feed from scratch. We simply just read from Redis. This returns the latest 10 posts already tailored for the users. No joins, no recomputations, just instant results, pretty fast. So you ask yourself, why does this work? Why does this work? So first, it has extremely low latency because posts are already before the user even opens the app. Number two, it's scalable for small users. Like works great for users with up thousands of followers. It's a great and fast read. Like just read from cache Redis. It has no complex. But what should we do about celebrities? Like fan out works great for normal users, but what about celebrities? If someone with 50 million followers post, do we really want to write that post 50 million times? That's called a write application, and it's super expensive. So for large accounts, platforms, when switch to fan out on read or hybrid model, and we will talk about fan out on read, and we'll talk about how we handle finding people who follow celebrities, how we handle them. Because yeah, we will not be able to do like fan out on write for like 50 million users, because yeah, it's not practical for big big celebrities account. So okay, let's make a small recap. The user will post the content, it will go through the load balancer, and whenever it will be saved in the post service, the post service will send this photo to the message queue. The feed service will fetch or consume this event in the message queue. The feed service will fetches all the followers that the user had, and after that, it will push into the feed cache. It will push the post in the feed cache, and the users read from Redis using L range, and Redis will push into each feed, and the users will read from this using like an L range. And yeah, it will be extremely super fast since we're using a cache database for that. And yeah, that's how your feed stays fresh and fast. And thanks to the fan out and write approach. And the next video we will talk about how platforms scale feeds for millions of followers using a fan out and read and hybrid strategies. So yeah, that's it for this video, and see you in future videos.